Hey, what's up, guys? It's Troy. Hey, glad you could make it. Check it out. Today I want to talk to you about radish sprouts. I love radish sprouts. Why do I love radish sprouts? Because they taste awesome. They're my favorite microgreen. I love them. I get cravings for these things. When I'm wondering what's for dinner, it's like, dang, I want some radish microgreens. And you'll probably be the same way. But let me tell you a couple reasons why you want to grow these. One, they taste awesome. I just said that. They're awesome. I love they're spicy. They got a nice spicy kind of build to it, a little heat. It's really good. I like it. It goes good with a lot of foods. Two is because they're very nutritious. Top on the scales for the microgreens is like broccoli, especially when you talk. There's a lot of different nutrients and stuff, but the one that's the magic one, that's like the nectar of the gods, is that's sulforaphane, I believe is how you say it. That stuff's just magical stuff. I'm not going to make all the claims, but you can look. Studies are showing that it helps cure different types of cancers and different things. It's really, really strong, nutritious stuff. But there's tons of different nutrients in this thing. Microgreens are just a great thing to eat. Most microgreens run somewhere between 30 to 100 times the amount of nutrition that's in the main plant. I think these hit around 40 or 50. So let's say if you eat 1 cup of radish microgreens, you get the nutrients of eating 40 cups of radishes. So think about that for a moment. So there's just tons of nutrition to be had, but that's not why I eat radish ones. I love the taste of radish ones. I think they're awesome. They are great on salads. They are great on soups. And pro tip, they are awesome. They are awesome on tacos. I can't wait. It's Sunday. I can't wait. I'm going to harvest these. It's going to be awesome. I'm trying not to swear. It's going to be a great Taco Tuesday. It's going to be awesome. These on tacos are phenomenal. You're going to love it. Give it a shot. But in there, another little secret is pulled pork sandwiches. Anything with meat, when you put this spiciness with it, it just tones that spiciness down, gives a nice little compliment. Love it on barbecued pulled pork sandwiches. I'm sorry, not the barbecue, but pulled pork. Usually I go North Carolina style. But I love the pulled pork sandwiches with the radishes. Love the tacos with the radishes. And even the chicken wraps with the radishes are really good. So those are some places you want to use it. Also with your soups and salads. And you guys probably have your own recipes as well. So they're great. They're great for the taste. They're great for the nutrition. Yeah, so let's learn how to make them, right? So the other thing with this is we're gonna make them with no soil. We're going to make them with no nutrients, and we're going to use no growing medium. So it's going to be super easy, super clean. You don't have to worry about any mess or anything with any of that kind of stuff. And so let's learn how to do it. So, the other thing on the nutrients, broccoli might peak the scale in the sulforaphane, I believe is how you say it. I think it has like twice as much of that as the radishes do, but I'm going to eat 10 times the amount of the radishes. Sometimes with the broccoli sprouts, I'll sprinkle a little bit. I'll have a few of them. They're good. I want the nutrition, but I'm going to eat 10 times that. I'm not holding back on the radish sprouts. I'll put a ton of those on my meals, so I like them a lot. So let's talk about how we're going to do it. So we're going to use these same trays, right? Same sprouting trays we've been using. If you've been following along, I use these for all my microgreens. I use these for all my sproutings. I use these on my high-intensity lettuce. The video's coming. I've got some variations of the video out already. But the high-intensity lettuce one of these, I even use these to sprout things that are going to go into the soil garden outside. But these are awesome. I got them on Amazon. I bought a 16-pack for $24, and I also bought a 10-pack for $22 or something like that. So they're going to run you between $1.50, maybe $2.50 a tray. Pick up about 10 of them if you can, or there'll be DIY things on how to make them and stuff too. But generally, if you can just pick up a pack of these, you're going to get some use out of them for a lot of different stuff. So I recommend you do. So these are these size here that I use are this is I believe it's about 10 inches by 12.5 inches, I believe. But yeah, it's just a mesh kind of screen tray and a green bottom. So what we're going to do for radish microgreens, like many of our microgreens, we're going to pre-soak them, right? So we're going to use I like to use about a half cup, right? A little less than a half cup. What you eventually want is one solid line on the bottom, going across the bottom of your tray. So I take, usually for radishes, these here are rainbow radishes. I've tried rainbow radish. I've tried daikon radish. I've tried Rambo radish, which is cool, very dark color, very nice. It's got dark purple leaves with like green mixed in. Kind of looks like camouflage. I think that's why they call it Rambo radish. And these are, I believe, rainbow radish here, and I've also tried red arrow radish. So what you want to do, you take about a half cup of, actually a little less than a half cup. So I'll show you. It's probably about 3/4 the way up of a half cup. So I guess what is that? That's half cup would be 40, so it's 5/8. You're not going to probably find a 5/8 cup, but that's probably about how much I use. As you can tell here, there's some space around the rim. So you don't want to overfill your tray. If you overfill, you won't get as much growth. So it's better to be a little bit underfilled when you finally get done with everything soaked and placed. It's better to be a little underfilled than it is to be overfilled. So what you're going to do is first you're going to soak these. I'll show you. And then you're going to pour them out. You're going to soak them for 2 to 3 hours. Okay, so I just pour them in a mason jar. And for radishes, they're fairly porous. The water's going to get in there. They're going to swell up. You're going to keep them in there for about 2 or 3 hours, just regular room temperature water. Then after that, you're going to pour them out on your tray nice and level. I'll demonstrate here. I'm just going to do this. And then I would spread them around nice and level. I may sift them a little. But the problem is, since I didn't soak them, a lot of them are going to go through, right? So as you can tell, when they're not soaked, they're not swollen. So a lot of them are going to go through the mesh. So you got to soak them first, but I did just kind of want to explain what it's going to look like. If 99% of them will be on the top tray, once they're soaked, they won't go through. If a few fall through, just pick them up and throw them back up on top. But so we'll assume for now that that's one flat tray, one level. And then what you want to do is you want to, after they're soaked, you want to spray them down. You want to rinse them, right? Get yourself a good pumper if you like. These are good to have, or you can use just a regular finger squirt bottle, but I like the pump style. And then just, I'm not gonna do it right now, but you'll just spray it back and forth, give them a nice wetting. You wanna get them nice and moist. You wanna make sure that they don't dry out, so you're gonna get them nice and wet. And then just simulating that for now. And then you're gonna weight them. So for the weight, I just use a top tray. You've seen this probably in some of my other microgreen videos, and I usually just use water bottles. You could use soup cans, you could use whatever. I've seen people use bricks, different things on there. And you're just gonna set it, nest it right in there just like that. The purpose of the weight is that as the seeds grow and their roots come out, you want the roots to be pushed down. If you don't have the weight there, the roots are gonna go all over, the seeds are gonna go all over. Having the weight there on top of it is gonna make sure that the roots go down. You want to keep the weight on it, and then what you do is you cover it with, you put it in the dark. So you can put it in a cabinet. I tend to just use a cardboard box, and I put a cardboard box from Amazon right over the top. Okay, and then 3 times a day for 3 days. You want to wet them 3 times a day for 3 days. I usually go in the morning when I wake up, when I get home from work, and before I go to bed. And then for 3 days you do that. You lift it up, you squirt them with the squirter, and then you put the weight back on. After the 3rd day, I take the weight off. The weight has done its job after the 3rd day. So after the 3rd day, I'll take the weight off. I do leave them in the dark though for the 4th day, because I want to get them reaching for the light. Being in the dark makes them reach up and get taller for the light. So day 4, they sit with no weight in the dark. Okay. Day 5, you take the darkness off, or you take them out of the cupboard. You take the box off the top, and then they'll be about this tall or whatever, and they won't be green yet because they haven't been exposed to light. And so after that, for day 5, 6, 7, and 8, or you can harvest sometimes on day 7. You'll be harvesting usually day 7 or day 8. But for the rest of the days after day 4, you can put them by a window, like a south-facing window, some kind of window that gets lots of sunlight. You can put them under any light. I use a shop light in my grow room. I've got an LED shop light. I just put them underneath that. For another, like I say, so they'll be coming out of the darkness. It'll be 3 to 4 days that they're going to be in the light, and then they'll look like this here. Okay. So it doesn't take long, like I say, 7 or 8 days. It'll be harvest day on 7 or 8, day 7 or day 8. And here you have a wonderful patch of radish microgreens. I love radish microgreens. They're very tasty, very spicy. You can get lots of different types of them, that kind of thing. Like I say, these I believe are rainbow radish, okay? The other thing that's cool about these now is that they're very easy to harvest. You don't have to rinse these off and get the seeds out the way that you have to do for something like mung beans or something like broccoli sprouts or that kind of thing. So we'll go through the harvest real quick. I'll just kind of set these here to the side. All I'm going to do is pull these up, and you could trim them while they're in the tray. Some people do that. I prefer to just kind of pull them up a handful at a time and then just trim the roots off. So I usually have sort of a tin or a container for the bad parts, and a container, our lovely, stylish, always got to do our Halloween style. Our Halloween style pull. But yeah, so it's just a matter of just plucking these up, and they pull right up, right? And then just trimming off the roots. Now here, I can trim where there's not going to be any seeds left. So it's just a nice clean cut, and all of that is edible. Okay? So I'm just going to go through. I'm not going to do the whole plate while you're here. You can cut them while you're in the tray. Some people prefer that. But I prefer just to kind of tug them up, trim off the bottom, and everything that goes in the orange bowl now is going to be just like it is. So I'm not going to rinse those until I eat them. So what that's going to do is that's going to make them last longer in the fridge. So unlike if I were to put these underneath the water and rinse and anything like that, then they're gonna tend to deteriorate a little faster in the fridge. So by keeping these dry on harvest and then rinsing them only when I need them, they're gonna last. These will last in the fridge for about 8 or 9 days, something like that, which is awesome because that's how long it takes to grow them. So if you grow a batch and then you harvest a batch and then you immediately start a batch, then you'll have continuous harvest. You can do that. That's actually true with all the sprouts. Your bean sprouts take 4 to 5 days to grow and they'll last in the fridge 4 to 5 days. Your broccoli seeds take 4 to 5 days to grow and they'll last 4 to 5 days. Your radish seeds take 7 to 8 days to grow and they'll last 7 to 8 days. And your pea shoots take 9 to 12 days to grow and they will last 9 to 12 days in the fridge. So by replanting on the same day, or at least pre-soaking on the same day, you have continuous harvest. You always have that food item available. Anyways, so you could trim them right here too. There's nothing wrong with that. Some people do that. And then they'll just take the tray and trim off all the bottom off the back of the tray. But I like just kind of pulling them up. You just kind of work them back and forth a little bit at a time. Pull them up, trim them off, and you're left with a nice little bundle there. So I'll stop there. I'll show you what I have in the bowl. So that's just the beginning of it. Okay, this will almost fill. It'll probably 3/4 of the way fill, almost fill a whole gallon size Ziploc bag. And like I say, usually I'll put them in the fridge. I put a dry paper towel. I'll put one paper towel folded over, stick it in a Ziploc bag, stick those in the fridge. They're going to be good to go for about 9 days. They're going to be awesome. I love them on the salads. I love them on soups. But I really, really like them on tacos, and I really, really like them. Really like them on pulled pork sandwiches as well. So give it a shot. If you got any other ways you're using them, let me know in the comments. And yeah, take some pictures if you grow them so we can see what you guys are doing as well. And yeah, I think that's awesome. I hope you guys have great success. Have a great day. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.